Hi, it's Nell, and today's Ask Nell question comes from Pearl. And Pearl asked, she's seen a lot of ants on the soil of her potted succulents and near her succulents. What is the best way to get rid of them? Well, it's really easy, so stick around because I'm going to tell you how to get rid of ants in your garden, in the house, and also on flowers. It's actually very simple. What you want to do is get rid of what the ants are going after. And in the case of succulents and other plants, they are going after the sap-sucking insects, which are like whitefly, mealybug, scale, and aphids. So it's not the ants that are causing the problem, it's the insects that are. So you want to get rid of them. And what they do is they secrete a honeydew. And it's really, really sweet, and ants love anything sweet. I grew up in New England on a farm, and we had a row of peonies out in front of the property. And my mom would send me out to pick them, or to pick up asparagus or rhubarb or corn. When you grow up on a farm, you're always picking something. But when I would go out to get the peonies, they would be covered in ants, and I'd have ants all up and down my arms, and the peony buds secrete a nectar, and that's what the ants are going after. So once the flowers open up, then the ants are gone because there's no more nectar inside. So it's the same thing with the succulents or your potted plants. Once you get rid of the insect, then the ants will go bye-bye too. In my garden, I just leave them. My succulents get mainly mealybug and aphids, and I'll just spray them every once in a while. It's because I live in a very temperate climate where nothing ever freezes. It's never cold enough to kill anything off, and we've been so dry the past couple of winters too that they've been really able to breed and go crazy here. So I just sort of ignore them, and the ants in the garden don't bother me at all. They have their purpose. But in your home, if you have them inside, your plants inside, you're probably going to want to do something about it. What you can do is mix up a half-strength spray of insecticidal soap and water, and you can spray your plants. What you want to do is get really inside the nodes and underneath the leaves too, because that's where the insects like to hang out. And you may not be able to just see them, but you're going to have to really look in your plants to see underneath the leaves or wherever, because that is what's causing it. So you spray them a few times at 7 to 10 day intervals, and then the insects should be gone and the ants will go too. Now if the ants are in your plants and they're really bothering you, what you can do is take your container and you can submerge it in a pail that has a pail or a bowl, depending on how big your plants are, that has a few drops of the insecticidal soap in it, and you dunk it in there. You leave it for about 15 minutes. You only want to do it just barely a hair over in the level of the soil. You don't want to submerge any of the plants, just the soil. Otherwise your plant's going to go floating away. So you just leave it in there and take it out, and then you thoroughly drain it, and that should get rid of the ants. Pearl, I thank you for your question. If anybody else has any questions, be sure to send them in and come back again, because I have a lot more videos lined up for you. Thank you so much for watching. Now get out in the garden and let's make the world a more beautiful place. Bye. There is a huge stellar jay up in my giant bird of paradise, just eating away at, speaking of nectar, he's up there.